Alrighty, so this is Diesel We the People News. Okay? And this is actually news, y'all. Now, I'm not going to give you legal advice and give my opinion only. Do not take our legal advice. But they retaliate against Manuel, which some of you guys may or may not know. He's kind of a cop watcher in Fort Worth and Dallas area. Okay? And cop retaliated against him. Went to jail and spent some time in jail and finally got released on a bond, and now they want him to be sworn in and take an oath, which, by the way, you do not have to do. Okay? Even in the Bible it says not to do it. Okay? But we've been misled, fooled, and tricked into believing that we have to because, what? The court say you had to? What? The attorneys say you have to? So we've been acting out of ignorance of ourselves, right? But you don't have to do it. All right, so this is Miss West Accountability. I did this video, and I'm going to do two of them because this attorney is going to be the next one. Okay, and listen to what the attorney says about Manuel's bond being revoked. All right, let's go.
Mr. Brissett.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Mata is correct, Mr. President. We ask that he be sworn in and put under the rule.
Is there a Mr. Mata in the courtroom? You'd stand right there at the rail for me, please, and raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony given this cause to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, self be God?
I don't know what this is
Hey,
about.
Judge, may we approach?
I don't understand what's going on.
I'm swearing you in as a witness. So,
Under what authority, sir?
all right, jury, go to the jury room.
Now, just to let you know, they released the jury for one reason only. So they would not have be a witness to the crime that the judge is going to inflict on this man. Okay? Now, just so you guys know, everybody in this courtroom is watching this. You watching this video, and if you watch a Midwest video, you can file a judicial complaint on this judge once you get his name and all that, for it acting out of bad faith. He was not allowed to do what you're fixing to see to do. He was not in any of his jurisdiction abilities.
Everyone may be seated. Mr. Mata, is your name Manuel Mata?
Yes, sir.
Your date of birth is 7/8 of 1980.
Yes, sir.
All right. I have issued you an oath to testify truthfully. Are you going to take that oath?
I have a question, sir.
No. Are you going to take that oath?
No.
All right. You are on bond on some cases. Is that correct? Those bonds are being declared insufficient, Sheriff.
What's going on? What did I do? I need my lawyer present, sir.
We will get your lawyer.
You questioned me without a lawyer present. And I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know what's going on. For what? For what? I asked him a question. I don't have no knowledge of this case. And I just wanted to know who's asking for me to be sworn in. The DA, the defense, the judge, who's asking it? Those are questions I need answers if you're going to revoke me. You ain't got to be aggressive with the dude.
Let me see the lawyers.
Yeah, we can't.
It's gotta be off.
Alrighty. So, there's one right there.
I'm driving, and I know you can't see me. Doesn't matter. Just listen to what I got to say.
Just so you guys know, this is his attorney. Okay. Again, you heard he wasn't even a witness to this case, and they're asking him to take an oath. But again, they cannot compel you to take an oath. We just been misled and believe that we had to. We consent or volunteer, which is one and the same. So,
Give me a second here. Obviously, just gonna wait for a second because I do want to make sure some people hear this. So, today is, hey Lou, so today was the trial for the police officer that killed that woman in her own home, and he was found, I guess he was found guilty of manslaughter or whatever. So Mata was at the hearing and was just sitting there like everybody else, like all the other media. It was just, literally was just sitting there, not making any comments, not moving around, doing nothing. All of a sudden, the prosecutor asks the judge that he's like, hey, I want us to swear in. Is Manuel Mata here? And Mata said yes. And so the judge brings him up to the rail, and he asks him to raise his right hand. Doesn't explain anything to him. Asks him to raise his right hand and begins to administer the oath. And Mata had questions. He was like, wait, what's going on here? Your Honor, I have some questions. So the judge dismissed the jury, and after the jury was dismissed, the judge asked him again, I am administering the oath. Are you refusing to take the oath? And he says, well, Your Honor, I don't know anything about this case. I am. And he said, well, you have some...
Not illegal, not giving legal advice. Never say that you're refusing. Always say you're not assisting.
You have some outstanding bonds, don't you? And he said, yes. And at that point, the judge said, well, I hereby consider all your bonds revoked. Sheriff, take him into custody. Now, there are several problems with this.
Yeah, are you sleeping?
Several problems.
He's in the
with
kitchen.
this.
What?
Was
Where
the defense,
are you?
whoever it was. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether it was the defense or the prosecutor. Oh, it probably was the defense because it was the cop. So I bet you it was the defense. That makes sense. I can only hear it. I couldn't watch it. I just listened to it on YouTube. But I've been taking calls all day today about this. Believe me, ever since he was arrested. Here's the thing. You cannot be compelled to speak. Okay? Not only can the government not restrict or censor your free speech, the government, under the First Amendment, cannot compel you to speak either. And when you put someone under oath, okay, especially against their will, then, what did he say? Do you hereby promise to X, Y, and Z? To tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the testimony you're going to give. You can't force someone to say, well, yeah, I'll tell the truth. And if you do, and then you lie, that's called perjury. And if you don't know what you're talking about, how can you, hell, I don't know what's going on. So, this judge abused his authority here. Yes, we're going to fight this. It is going to be fought. There is a way to fight this. But the judge had absolutely no right to do what he did. He completely singled out Mata for content-related discrimination because he didn't swear in any other member of the media. And here's the reason they were doing that. They were doing that because witnesses can't be there at the trial. The sole reason that Mata was going to be sworn in as a supposed witness, and look, I think there's an argument to be made against the attorney who told the judge that they want to swear him in as a witness because it was in bad faith. There was no way in hell that Mata was going to be called up to witness. Not the prosecutor nor the defense attorney, I guarantee you, was going to call Mata to be a witness for or against. It was in bad faith. That was an abuse of the court to swear in a witness for the sole purpose of keeping him from covering a story, from keeping him from listening to what everyone else was allowed to listen to, simply because of who he was. And this is not going to go well. All right? So, I'm working with another attorney on this to do everything that we can do right away. We're going to do a mandates, which we have to do. There was absolutely no reason for your vote, none whatsoever. This is the kind of justice that everyone in this state, whether you like Mata or not, this should piss you the fuck off. That a judge thinks he's got the power, and that some attorney thinks he's got the power to pick and choose who can view a public trial, who can cover a public trial. It's beyond abuse of authority under color of law. This is absolutely incredible. And you better believe that we will be filing with the State Commission on Judicial Misconduct. You had better gosh darn believe it. This judge is out of line. 100% out of line. And we're not going to put up with it. We're not going to let these people get away with this bullshit anymore. All right? The bullshit ends. This was a targeted attack against a man for his right to engage in journalistic endeavors in a very peaceful and quiet manner. So, yeah, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well at all. And I hope that we can shine. I want to go and look and find out how many people this judge has held in contempt. Look, I talked with Mata. He asked me a question. He's like, hey, they want to, because he ended up leaving initially because they were trying to swear him in. And I says, look, nobody can compel your speech. But if they're going to threaten you, if they're going to threaten to do something to you, just take the oath under duress. That's all you've got to do. Okay, if they're trying to swear you in, but they're going to threaten you with incarceration, you know, you just ask your question. Say, Your Honor, why am I being sworn in? That's all you got to do. Just ask, why am I being sworn in? I know nothing about this case. Well, that's exactly what he tried to do, and the judge immediately revoked his bond instead of just answering a simple question. That's the mark of a tyrant. That is the mark of an abusive tyrant who should not be sitting in a courtroom. All he had to do was say, well, the defense attorney, why are you calling him to be a witness? What exactly is he going to testify on? And you know what the defense attorney would have said? Well, nothing, Your Honor. We just don't want him in the courtroom. Well, you can't single people out like that. You can't single people out like that. And quite frankly, we don't know why he was singled out. Was it because he's an independent journalist? Was it because he's critical of cops? Was it because he's Mexican? Or of Hispanic descent? We don't know. But why wasn't anyone else singled out like that in the media? All the other white people. You know, there's all, and I don't want to go there. I don't like jumping to the racist thing. But, you know, when you're a defense attorney, you use every tool in the toolbox. And I can't help but wonder, why was Mata specifically targeted? And it's just abusive. So I want you guys to know, yes, I'm aware of it. We will get started on this ASAP to not only file our complaint with the State Commission on Judicial Misconduct, but also to start filing some habeas motions and figure out why Mata is incarcerated when he has not violated the terms of any of his bonds. He's not a flight risk. He's not a violent person. There's absolutely no reason other than a judge's liens were hurt because, oh my gosh, he might have to answer a question from a citizen who's being asked to be sworn in as a witness to a case he has no information about whatsoever. So, yeah. Now, and I'll tell you this, anybody, I'm not saying anybody should do anything, but you don't have to be an attorney, you don't have to be a defendant, you don't have to be a plaintiff to file a complaint with the State Commission on Judicial Misconduct.
Boom. Right there it is. You can be a witness, period. There's a reason why we need more cop watchers, as well as we need cop watchers, but we need also judge watchers, right? And attorney watchers. While you're in that courtroom, you watch both of them, the attorneys and judges, and when they act in bad faith, by gosh, file a judicial complaint on the judge, and bar member complaint on the attorney. They get by with this way too much because we're not doing these things, and their insurance stay intact. Believe it or not, they're going to throw it in the trash. Yes, they will. However, they have to notify the insurance company there may be a claim. And the insurance don't like these things called a claim.
Right? Or judicial conduct, excuse me. Yeah, I'm pissed. Because I'm telling you, Tyrant County is, I might actually move up there and just make that my home. Because obviously I'm going to have a lot of work up there. All right, guys, take care.
Now you guys know that I'm not really an attorney type of guy. However, if I was going to pick an attorney, it'd be him. I mean, he's been fighting before he was an attorney for justice. That's the reason why we have a constitutional carry in Texas, is because he was the main corporate that started all this. Now a bunch of other people followed in and all that kind of stuff, because this all started with him actually going to jail bearing arms. And so he'd been fighting this for years, and then he went to college school and became an attorney and all that kind of stuff. Now, he's not a full-fledged attorney right now. All right? He's under the wings of attorneys. But, you know, he's got backing of other attorneys as well. So, anyway, speaking of which, I got to do the like thing. This is Decent With the People news, okay? And like I said, this was 24 hours ago. I'm a little behind. I just caught it today. I was got tired and all that, so I was sitting down chilling. This is what I seen, and then I see the Midwest on my YouTube channel as well, and I was like, holy mackerel. Because I like Manuel, his audit channels, right? I haven't got to see it yet of what this all conspired. So the first one was Midwest Accountability, if you want to check him out. This is TJ Grisham, all right, Esquire. He's aspiring to be an attorney. So I like what he said. He's going to go into Tyrant County and maybe make a career up there. Well, somebody needs to, because that place is rough. That county is, he probably become a Motown millionaire with corruption going on over there. So, anyway, this is Diesel With the People news. Let me see if I can focus that in a little bit. Not gonna do it, huh? Dirty rotten scoundrel phone. Anyway, there you guys go. Grisham, CJ, capital C, capital J. Grisham, capital G, RISHAM, dash, capital ESQ, Esquire. Okay? Alright, check him out too, because he's in the process of doing wonderful work, and as of right now, I see him staying in honor. Okay, so if I was going to get an attorney, I would like for him to be on my side. Okay? These are With the People news. Bye, y'all.